The morning of January 8, 2011 dawned like any other in Tucson, Arizona. The sun cast its warm glow across the desert landscape, a stark contrast to the chilling events that would soon unfold. This day, etched in history for its senseless violence, would reveal the dark potential lurking within a disturbed young man. Jared Lee Loughner, a name forever linked to tragedy, would commit an act that shocked the nation and ignited a firestorm of debate about mental health, gun control, and the very nature of political discourse. At a seemingly innocuous Congress on Your Corner event, tragedy struck. US Representative Gabrielle Giffords, a rising star in the Democratic Party, was holding a constituent meeting outside a Safeway grocery store. The atmosphere was relaxed, citizens engaging with their elected official, their voices blending in the warm desert air. But the peaceful scene would be shattered in a hail of gunfire. The joyous day transformed into one of unspeakable horror. As the echoes of gunshots reverberated through the air, a scene of chaos erupted. People screamed, running for their lives as the gunman, later identified as Loughner, unleashed his deadly assault. 6 innocent lives were cut short that day, their dreams and aspirations extinguished in a torrent of violence. The victims, ranging in age from 9 to 79, represented a cross-section of the Tucson community. Among the injured was Congresswoman Giffords, shot in the head at close range. The nation watched with bated breath as doctors fought to save her life, the gravity of the attack sending shockwaves through the country. This was not just an attack on individuals. It was an assault on the very fabric of American democracy, a stark reminder of the vulnerability of even our most cherished institutions. Jared Lee Loughner, the perpetrator of this horrific act, was a study in contradiction. Born in 1988, he grew up in the suburbs of Tucson, a seemingly ordinary child in an unremarkable setting. But beneath the surface, a darkness simmered, hints of instability gradually emerging as Loughner navigated the path from childhood to adulthood. From a young age, there were signs that Loughner struggled to conform, to find his place in the world. Classmates and teachers described him as quiet, withdrawn, and increasingly troubled. His behavior became increasingly erratic, marked by outbursts of anger and bizarre pronouncements. As Loughner grew older, his descent into mental illness became more pronounced, his grip on reality slipping further away. He developed an obsession with conspiracy theories, delving into the darkest corners of the internet where fringe beliefs and hateful ideologies festered. His online presence painted a disturbing picture of a mind consumed by paranoia and rage, a breeding ground for the violence that would eventually erupt. Loughner's fascination with guns added another layer of concern, a dangerous combination with his deteriorating mental state. Despite the warning signs, Loughner's descent into madness went largely unchecked. His parents, though aware of his struggles, seemed ill-equipped to handle the severity of his condition. Mental health resources, often lacking even in the best of times, proved inadequate to address the complex and escalating needs of this deeply troubled young man. The system, designed to protect and support those struggling with mental illness, failed Jared Loughner, and in turn society would pay a heavy price. The Congress on Your Corner event, a staple of Representative Giffords' commitment to constituent outreach, was intended to be a celebration of democracy in action. Held on a sunny Saturday morning outside a bustling Safeway grocery store, the atmosphere was one of community and engagement. Citizens, eager to share their concerns and aspirations with their elected representative, lined up to speak with Giffords, their conversations imbued with hope and a shared belief in the power of dialogue. Among those gathered that day was 9-year-old Christina Taylor Greene, a bright-eyed girl with a passion for politics and a contagious zest for life. She had recently been elected to her school's student council, her enthusiasm for civic engagement mirroring that of the congresswoman she had come to see. Christina Taylor, accompanied by her neighbor, stood patiently in line, her excitement palpable as she anticipated the chance to meet Giffords. Suddenly the air was pierced by the deafening crack of gunfire. The peaceful scene erupted into chaos as Jared Loughner, armed with a Glock 19 pistol and fueled by a toxic brew of mental illness and extremist ideology, opened fire on the unsuspecting crowd. People screamed, diving for cover, the air thick with the smell of gunpowder and the chilling realization that this was no accident, but a deliberate act of violence. Loughner, his face contorted in a mask of rage, moved methodically through the crowd, his gun spitting fire and death. He fired indiscriminately, bullets tearing into flesh and bone, leaving a trail of carnage in his wake. Christina Taylor Greene, her innocence no match for the brutal reality of that day, was struck down, her life tragically cut short. The Tucson shooting claimed the lives of 6 innocent people, each a devastating loss, each leaving behind a void that could never be filled. Their stories, woven into the fabric of the Tucson community, reflected the richness and diversity of those whose lives were tragically cut short that day. In addition to Christina Taylor Greene, the youngest victim, the shooting claimed the lives of individuals who had dedicated their lives to public service, education, and the pursuit of justice. U.S. District Judge John Roll, a respected jurist known for his fairness and dedication to the law, was killed while talking to Giffords. He had stopped by the event to say hello to the Congresswoman, a testament to his commitment to public service even in his personal time. Phyllis Schneck, a homemaker and grandmother, was shot while shielding her husband from the hail of bullets. Her final act of love and sacrifice exemplified the selflessness that defined her life. Dorwin Stoddard, a retired construction worker, died while heroically trying to protect his wife, Mavie, who was also shot but survived. His courage in the face of danger reflected a life marked by quiet strength and unwavering devotion to his family. Gabe Zimmerman, a young congressional staffer known for his dedication and infectious enthusiasm, was killed while assisting constituents. His commitment to public service and his unwavering belief in the power of government to make a difference inspired all who knew him. These 6 individuals, their lives intertwined by fate on that tragic day, represented the best of humanity. Their loss sent shockwaves through Tucson and beyond, a stark reminder of the fragility of life and the devastating consequences of unchecked hatred and mental illness. Their stories, forever etched in the annals of history, serve as a poignant reminder of the human cost of violence and the urgent need for compassion, understanding, and a commitment to creating a safer, more just world.